Chapter 3 Climatic Variations. Our Earth has a vast covering of air around it. This covering of the air is called atmosphere. The condition of the atmosphere of a place over a short period of time is called weather. The average weather condition of any place that prevails for a long time is called the climate of that place. Different places on the earth experience different types of climate. Some places may be very hot, while others may be too cold. Thus, there are climate variations from place to place, leading to variation in the lifestyle of the people. Fact to know: the scientists who study the weather of a place are called meteorologists. Factors causing climatic variations. There are certain reasons and factors that influence the climatic conditions of a place, such as L distance from the equator, latitude L height above the sea level, altitude, L distance from the sea L directions of the wind L humidity and rainfall L ocean, currents L human factors, distance from the equator, latitude. As the distance of a place from the equator increases, its temperature decreases. In other words, there is a gradual decrease in temperature as we move away from the equator towards the poles. This is because the rays of the sun fall directly on the equator and spread over a smaller area. This direct heat near the equator makes the region the hottest in the world. But as we move away from the equator towards the poles, the rays of sun become slanting, spreading over a wider area. These areas are therefore cooler. Thus, the regions near the poles is the coolest. Based on the difference in temperature, the Earth's surface can be divided into three heat zones: torrid zone or tropical zone, temperate zone, and frigid zone or tundra zone. Torrid zone: this area lies on both sides of the equator 0 degrees and extends till the two tropical lines. The Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degrees N and the Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degrees S. The climate in the torrid zone is hot and wet. The torrid zone is also called the tropical zone. Temperate zone: between the Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degrees N and the Arctic Circle 60s in Debouts End. Similarly, between the Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degrees N and the Antarctic Circle 60s in Debouts lies the temperate zone. These places enjoy pleasant weather, that is neither too hot nor too cold. Frigid zone: the area that lies to the north of the Arctic Circle 66.5 degrees N and the south of the Antarctic Circle 66.5 degrees S till the poles is the frigid zone. This zone is also called the tundra zone or polar zone. The climate of this region is extremely cold. Here the summers are short and the winters are long. Height above the sea level, altitude. Altitude is the height of a place above sea level. As we go higher to the sea level, the temperature decreases. That is why places located at higher latitude hill stations experience cooler climate. Thus, some places like Uttad in South Bharat are cooler than others, though they are at the same distance from the equator. This is due to height above sea level. For example, the temperature at Shimla, both in winter and summer, is much lower than at Ludhiana in Punjab, though they are almost at the same distance from the equator. This is due to the situation of Shimla at about 2150 meters above sea level, whereas Ludhiana is only 250 meters above sea level. We know that in Great Himalayas, water in the rivers is frozen, but it melts when it flows down to the lower slopes. Thus, there is low temperature at higher altitudes and it increases with the fall in height. Fact to know: Mount Kilimanjaro in East Africa is on the equator, yet its peak is always covered with snow, since it is over 5,000 m above sea level. Distance from the sea. The distance of a place from the sea also decides its climate. Places near the sea have a moderate climate with cool summers and warm winters. On the contrary, places away from the sea generally have an extreme climate with sultry summers and very cold winters. For example, Mumbai or Goa are always cooler than Delhi in summer and warmer in winters. This is due to sea breeze and land breeze. Land heats up and cools faster than water. During the daytime, the land being hotter has hot air above it while the sea water has cooler air above. Thus, a cool sea breeze blows towards the land. The reverse happens at night, causing the land breeze. This results in a moderate climate. That is why Mumbai and Goa, which are situated close to the sea, have a moderate climate, while Delhi, being far away from the sea, has an extreme type of climate. Directions of the wind. The directions from which the wind blows determine whether that wind will be cool or warm. If the wind blows from a direction where the temperature of the air is cool, the wind will be cool, and if it blows from warm place like the hot desert areas, the wind will be warm. Cool winds help to bring down the temperature of a place, and warm wind increases the temperature, making the weather warmer. Humidity and rainfall. Humidity is the amount of moisture or water vapor present in the air. It is caused due to evaporation of water from the Earth's surface. Greater humidity in coastal areas leads to greater amount of rainfall, which ultimately influences the climate of the place. Humid weather can be very uncomfortable during summers as it causes us to sweat a lot. Ocean currents. There are warm and cool currents in the seas and oceans. They mostly affect the climate in the coastal areas. When Western Europe is experiencing freezing temperatures, warm waters of the Gulf Stream bring a lot of relief to the people. The cool currents reduce the temperature in the torrid zone. Human factors. Another very important factor causing climatic variations is the human factor. Human beings, due to their activities like deforestation, greater consumption of fuels causing greater pollution, etc., lead to greenhouse effect, which results in global warming. Global warming refers to an average increase in the Earth's temperature, which in turn causes changes in climate. Global warming is a result of the greenhouse effect, caused due to an increase in the level of certain gases like CO2 and water vapor in the atmosphere, which trap more energy of the sun than required. According to scientists, the Earth has warmed by about 1 degree F over the past 100 years. Now you know, climate is the weather condition of a certain place that prevails for a longer period of time. Earth has the following zones: torrid zone or tropical zone, temperate zone, and frigid zone or tundra zone. At higher altitudes, the temperature falls. At lower altitudes, the temperature rises. Places close to the sea have moderate climate, and the places far away from the sea have extreme type of climates. Keywords: moderate, mild. Neither too hot nor too cold. Temperate, having mild temperature, reverse. The opposite, humidity. It is the amount of water vapor present in the air.